Okay, we are live. We're just getting through the game. Is it working? Yep. Testing. Okay, so we're back in Starbase, guys. We're just going to do a very quick stream. I'm just working on a 3K medium fighter, very small. And yeah, for some reason I'm just really sleepy today, so it's probably going to be a very small stream. I'm just going to see if I can get a little bit of this done within an hour, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Okay, let's get into it. Oh, and it's very hot in here. I don't know why it's so hot in this room. Okay, so here we have a 3K fighter. And of course we have to have a turret on the top of it. It's going to be like a tank. And yeah, there's no point doing a demonstration now because no one's in the stream yet. I kind of started this very suddenly with no preparation. So I'll just get to work, and as soon as some viewers trickle in and they want to talk or... Ah, hello Damage. Good, good. How are you? I started the stream very quickly, so yeah, I wasn't really expecting anyone to jump in anytime soon. But you seem to be very quick on the mark. Okay, I gotta do the front of this ship now. I have to do the cockpit. I have to touch all the glass. Yeah. Okay, let's get to it. Oh yes, I know you're freelancer Damage. Cool, you get ping. Nice. Before I start working on the ship, do you want to have a look at it? Like demonstration? It's a 3K ship, it's a tournament fighter that I haven't finished yet. I'll show you. So what it is, it's very big, thick turrets with lots of sacrificial armor. And I go to the back here, I have a couple of test levers. It's not finished yet, that's why it's a bit cranky. Recheck the pitch. So it can only aim up, and it can only aim 45 degrees to the left and to the right. It's just pretty simple, very simple mouse aim turret. With only half the range of motion of most turrets I make, because it's going to be purely tournament fighting for tournaments. And the reason I did that is because it has a much higher concentration of armor if I only have to worry about fire coming from one side. So if I'm an enemy ship and I'm attacking, I have to attack from this side, from a high angle like this. It's a big ship for 3K. I didn't think it was that big. It's not finished. I still have a lot to put on it, so I'll probably have to downsize the armor. Maybe we'll see. But I've got one layer of oninum sacrificial here, and they're all slanted 15 degrees up. So, because if I'm flying this turret ship, I'm going to be aiming up all the time and shooting upwards. So whoever's fighting me is going to be shooting down at me. So with that in mind, all the armor is going to be slanted and facing up. And then we have two layers of exutium alloy, I think, here. So they have to go through oninum, exutium alloy, and they'll most likely be attacking from these angles. And then all the generators, all the fuel chambers, all the important stuff, it's at the bottom back of the ship. So basically, if I'm under fire, they have to go through the turrets, they have to go through the armor, and then they have to go all the way down to the bottom just to reach the generators. So it's mostly just for dueling and tournaments only. Obviously, if I'm in a big scale fight and I'm fighting like loads of multiple opponents, I'm just going to get shot in the bottom here and it's all over. But this is mostly designed just for tournaments. But yeah, this has pretty much been on hold for ages, so I'm just going to finish this now. I did want to work on a max voxel ship that I did on the last stream, but that's going through a bit of a development hell at the moment because I really have to slow down on that and just think of how to continue it. Whoops. I wanted to hop onto that ship. Never mind. Okay, I better get to work on this ship. I've left it for so long that I'm just really demotivated to continue it, but I really need to continue this. Let's get rid of this stuff. Is this attached to a damaged component? It's all red, so I just need to replace that. Seems a bit sensitive. Yeah, it is, yeah. I kind of have that for a reason because I found that my mic is usually very quiet. In most applications that I use. But yeah, it is kind of annoying. I know it can pick up all my tapping and my breathing and all that stuff. I'll have to fiddle around with that. Actually, I'll see if I can lower the sensitivity just a small bit now, actually. Where do we have the mic? Yeah, it's all set correctly. I'm pretty sure. I just had it set to 115% because normally the microphone is very quiet. So I'll just put it down to maybe 105. We'll see that, if that makes any difference. I do have a filter as well. I have a noise suppression filter because right now I actually got like a really loud fan of my computer. And normally if the filter's off you can hear that 24/7, so that's annoying. It's got a media player on. It's going to take a while to get used to the whole streaming business. Get the mic right. Okay. So here we have the glass. Do I have a dampener active? I don't really have anything active. I just have noise suppression, like a filter. It's a tiny bit better, is it? Good, good. I think it's partly because I don't have a mic stand. Most streamers, they have their mic kind of off the desk. But because my mic is sitting on the desk, you can hear me when I'm pressing buttons and stuff. Yeah, and it's just sensitivity controls are a bit awkward with this microphone. Okay, so I want the glass on this ship to be able to take a rail cannon shot from above, which is kind of awkward because I really don't have any room here. I have to have this turret. I need clearance for the turrets. And I want it to be able to take at least a rail shot or two from the top. See, that can't even take one rail shot. That's not good enough. I'm going to see if I can expand the glass on the top. There we Put some more here. Do you want your stream on the Starbase DC too? What's the Starbase DC? Okay, let's test this, see if we can take a rail shot. Yeah, I did. I'm pretty sure I left a message in the streaming chat just earlier, but I didn't give anyone much time to prepare. I just did it like literally 2 minutes before I started today. Normally I'll give it like an hour or something before I start the stream to let people trickle in, but I don't know, I'm just feeling really tired today, so I have no idea how long I'm going to do this for, so I didn't want to hype people up with like an hour wait time. Okay, so this is a bit better now. I put 2 extra layers on the top, and it seems to be able to take a rail. Since all the fire I'll be receiving will be coming from above, from this direction, that's where I want it to be strong. I just need to check that there's enough clearance here for the turret. Do this every time I want to check if the turret's working. Don't ask. Just going to rotate it. Just want to see if there's enough clearance for the glass. I don't think there is. That glass is getting pushed. It's too close. So we're just going to move this out a bit. That's a bit far out. Just going to temporarily attach this glass here so I can see what I'm doing. Just want to make sure there's enough clearance so that when this turret turns 45 degrees, it doesn't bump into this glass bit here. Let's move it again. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's close, but we can move it in a bit closer. Let's move this glass a tiny bit further in. I'll check again. Okay, it's very close now, it's just touching. I think this is perfect. I'll probably leave at this. Yeah, that's just enough clearance. So now the turret can move left and right and it's not going to bump into this glass. I'll just double check. I'll see if it can tank a rail shot as well. Yep, it can tank a rail shot. Good. It's always really awkward trying to get the cockpit done when you have a turret rotating on the top, because it needs extra clearance and it's just a real nuisance. I could probably fit some extra glass actually. Let's try that. What guns do I have? I have 24 laser cannons. We've got 3 cargo lock beams as well, so I can see. Okay, so I think I've got a good layout of where to put the glass. So basically I'm going to get shot from the top. Usually when I'm fighting, I'll show you inside in a minute. So if I'm inside the ship, let's go to test mode. I'm sitting in the seat. This will be my view. And because I'm using a turret, I need to aim at least this high up, because if you aim close to the center lines with a turret or with anything, it gets very jumpy to aim and you can't aim at all. So I need to be aiming in the corners, and that's why I need the armor and the glass to be very awkwardly shaped and going diagonal up. Pretty much all the armor, all the glass, it all needs to be diagonal up, because that's where I'm going to be shooting and that's where I'm going to be taking fire. Okay, let's stick the glass on. Get rid of this, don't need this anymore. Because I'm using damaged parts of the ship, it's very red whenever I stick anything to it. Okay, I'll save that. How am I going to attach the glass? Could put weld cubes onto these things. Could attach the glass to the side, maybe 2 side plates, and then the side plates to a beam, maybe. Yeah, we'll do that, I think. Just move these out of the way. Let's get some more beams in here. This isn't symmetrical. It's a bit awkward, but whatever, we'll do it. You have a lot of playtime, but you're new to fighter building, so you have a lot of stupid questions. Oh yeah, ask away. Because I'm streaming, I tend to get a lot of brain freeze when people are watching me do stuff. Like, I had no idea how hard it was to stream until I started last week. It's just, you get so much brain fog and brain freeze whenever you're building and people are watching. But yeah, I always love to talk, so if you want to talk about anything, ask any questions, ask away. Just going to be a lot of tedious little bits here that I need to do. Nothing crazy. Okay, I'll attach the glass onto these. Oh, I gotta follow. I'm still trying to figure out where to see the follower. I can't even see it. I think I missed whoever followed. I should be thanking people and I can't even find it. Nah, I missed you. Sorry, whoever that was. Ah, hello. Barkhan. Ah, hello. I seen you on the Discord. Thanks for the follow. I'm still getting used to this, so I keep messing up. Okay, let's get all this glass attached. So yeah, if anyone has any questions on what the hell I'm doing, just ask away. No problem. Okay, let's check this. All good. This is a tournament fighter, so it doesn't matter how many bolts I use, it's not going to be big. Oh dear. I'll have to make this thallium. Okay, that's most of the glass on this side. Do the same on the other side. Have you already bolted the other side? I think the carry weight of the two plates combined is enough. Oh yeah, one side is enough for sure. Two sides is just for extra security in case one side comes off. It's going to get some extra cover as well. This is going to go in front of it. So it's very unlikely that this will come off anyway. But if it does, we'll have two sides. Damage, you're building a big 5 kiloton drone with 4 laser cannons. Only 4 lasers for a 5 kiloton? And it's way bigger than I want it to be, but drones are special and need special thruster setups, blah blah blah, so it's one ornament plate enough to tank at least a few shots. Yeah, I mean, one ornament plate is enough to tank plenty of normal shots for sure, but rail cannons, you'll only take one rail cannon hit. And it's all over. Maybe one rail cannon and then like 2 lasers or something. Yeah, building heavy. I saw your video damage on the drones you just made recently, the target practice drones. Yeah, I think it's a really good idea for training dummies that you have it with the laser designator. Unfortunately, when you want to make like really heavy drones, without a laser designator that use tons of rangefinders, I'm struggling on that because they're so heavy that the weight of them just gives them so much ship drag when they thrust in any direction that they're just really unresponsive. Even more unresponsive than my turrets. So yeah, I've got my own drone project that's pretty much on permanent hold until I can fix that. Actually, while you guys are here, I can show you my drone if you want. It's up to you. I'll just pause this. Almost done with the glass. Okay, that's the glass done, I think. I just gotta do the top layers. Just save actually while I read your message. You build your drones only with designators right now, so if you want to train, slap on a designator outside of your ship and go fighting. Yeah, I actually think that was a really good idea, because I was wondering how your drones worked, and yeah, that's definitely that definitely makes it much easier to get a drone to chase you if you just slap a designator on. Yeah, I'll show you my drone. But yeah, I tried to do a drone with no designator that just only uses rangefinders so that I can tack anybody, even if they don't have any designators. Ah, jeez, it was a long time ago now. I last worked on it. I don't know which one it is. This is my big boy drone. Here it is. How much does it weigh? It weighs... How much is that? It weighs a lot. But yeah, it has control issues. Yeah, it's basically just like one of my auto turrets pasted on front of a drone, and then I tried to do all the controls of thrusters, but because it's using thrusters, it's way more unresponsive than my turrets, because my turrets are instantaneous with the movement, but because this is a drone, it's really heavy, it has thruster inertia, it keeps oversteering, and it's very draggy, so I need to add way more thrusters, and I need to do the YOLO a bit differently to the turrets. I'll just fly in front of it and I'll just see if it can chase me a little bit. I can't remember how to pilot this ship. It's so long ago. I think something wrong with it. 2 seconds. It doesn't always spawn correctly. Only forward movement and only pitch and yaw, nothing else. Well, on the contrary, this needs reverse, because I planned on originally having this like a guardian drone, so it can follow your ship and it can distinguish between friend and foe. Sorry, my voice keeps going. So basically, only the friendly ship will have the designator, just like your ones do, but it will be able to disengage from following the friendly and then attack an enemy ship that doesn't have any designators all by itself. That was the idea anyway. So obviously for that it needs reverse thrusters, because I don't want it to collision head first into the person that it's protecting, the ally. So, but yeah, it's just way too heavy, so the thrusters make it very draggy. We'll fly in front of it anyway. see if it can chase me a little bit. So it can chase me a little bit, as long as I'm not going too quickly. Oh, it's lost me already. There we go. Just get in front of it again. Okay, I'm in front of it. It should chase me again. Still keeping track of me. As long as I don't move too quickly. And it's lost me again. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a bit too slow. If that was an auto turret, that would have never lost track of me. But because of the thrusters and the heavy ship inertia with the thruster movement, that's why it keeps losing track. And I need to get a fix for that. I need to add like double the thrusters or something. Like make it way more responsive. There's no designator being used here, it's just all rangefinders. It's only tracking me with rangefinders, nothing else. Because I want it to be able to just be dropped in the middle of space and then shoot anybody that approaches it. Obviously, they're not going to have a designator installed on their ship. But yeah, it needs a ton of work. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, I was going to use the designator for the person that the drone protects, and then I'm going to have like a commands Morse code, which I'm pretty sure you've done already. And one of the commands will basically just be like disengage and just attack anyone around you, something like that. But yeah, it's actually so much easier with my turrets. With the drones, I'm just really struggling with the thrusters. It's just all the heavy sway of the inertia. It's like when you turn one way, it takes like half an hour just to turn backwards. And I don't have that with the turrets, so it's just really difficult. But I do plan on copying this armor and this array and putting it on a new auto turret in the future. And then I'll probably just make a follow drone and just paste an auto turret on top of that follow drone, because that's going to be a lot easier for me. F5, yeah, I know. I always forget the shortcuts. There we go, just run into it. The only reason it didn't stop in the reverse is because it didn't spool up the generators, so it had no power. It's still going. Yeah, if I could fit this rangefinder array and the exact same code on a ship that was like half the weight, then I'm pretty sure it'll be able to follow. It's just too heavy, that's the only issue with it. You have a script for that. Okay, I'll get back to my what I was working on before. Laser tank, there it was, yep. Okay, let's finish off the glass. Yeah, I definitely think you're a bit ahead of me on the drone aspect. I went really big too early and it's just not really working at the moment. Needs a lot of work. You think my shooting system's good? Thanks. It's pretty much just a copy paste of what I had on the turrets, I think. And it can distinguish friendlies as well if the friendly has a laser designator, just like your ships do. And it will basically just ignore that angle if it runs into that angle. But yeah, with turrets it's so much easier. With the drones, it's got too much inertia, thruster inertia, so it can't turn quick enough. That's literally the only problem I've got at the moment. Okay, where was I? Glass. Let's make sure the view isn't obstructed. I need to make sure I have a yellow box so I can see to the edge of the yellow boxes. So we're good. Let's get this top glass attached. Just wondering how I'm going to attach this. Yeah, I think I'll just bolt through the glass. And we'll just lazily stack the glass on top of that. I literally just want this extra few layers just so I can take a rail shot from above. The drone following system compared with a security to keep distance and fly in its own path. I only need 3 yellow chips and 1 memory chip. Yeah, I'm surprised you can do that on just 3 chips. Like I have, I definitely have over 100 yellow chips on my drone, but that's all because of the rangefinders. The vast majority of them anyway. Because all the rangefinders need a separate chip, it's really annoying. Okay, let's check the durability of this. If we hit it with a rail, how good is the defense? Yep, didn't go through. Good. I might just spam some more glass. Pretty much all my ship's biggest weakness has always been rail cannons, so I'm always extra cautious now with the rail cannons. Need to make sure all the important parts can take a few rail cannon hits. Yeah, you definitely use... with laser designators you don't need many chips at all, of course. Where's this bolting on? Oh, I bolted it already. You want to cry seeing my bolting? I told you it wasn't that good. But then this is just the glass, this is just how I do the glass. Because I think it's more secure if you bolt it every layer. Okay, let's check that, see how durable that is. Take a rail cannon. I think it's a bit more durable. And this side should stay attached. Yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. So again, really awkward glass shape, and it's just because I'm only going to be receiving fire from diagonal up. So there's no point in me using longer glass, I just need to have more glass on top, that's it. That should be good defense. Okay, what next? We'll attach these bits. Something like this. So I want to plate all around this, I'm going to cover this up. Something like that. I'll make it on in them actually. Keep everything on in them until I need to make reductions to the weight later. Why is this copying? It's not symmetrical. You don't know how we build nice ships with this crap bolting? Oh come on, you only saw me bolt the glass. That was it. Okay. Could just cube this on the lazy way. That's that side bolted. Generally, all my tournament ships are very ugly, so I know it looks ugly. It's just built for efficiency, I'm afraid. I am working on a nice Max Vauxhall ship, which is just going to be for fun. But like I said before, that's just on hold until I can figure out some design choices. Where's this going in? Oh, it's too far away. I see a lot of bolts, and I see the durability is enough for me to start yelling. Well, the thing is, my durability is always bad, because that's the durability of the turrets, and the turrets can never really go above 1.5 really, because they have to be built a certain way where they just usually end up with low durability. But the rest of the ship, most of the ship is definitely above 3. If I took the turret off, it'll be above 3, I'm sure of it. But it doesn't even matter, does it? Because what matters if it's above 1, right? Cool, cool. Thanks, damage. Okay, that's the side bits done. Just test the durability. That's pretty solid. All good. Well, not so good actually. The plates got destroyed. Oh well, I'll do. You steal this idea with the rails. Yeah, I mean these are actually not very good. I thought they were good, but I kind of realized that because they have these chamfered gaps, these little chamfered gaps here, that actually plays a role. So if the rail kind of hits inside the hole, I think it just goes straight through it. So it's not actually that great. I think I mentioned on Happy Trigger stream, but one of my new favorites is this one. Yeah, I always do that with every ship now. I have a fear of rails. I have to have rails surrounding the ship, and I just shoot at all sides just to test it. But yeah, this is my favorite block. There goes my voice. Favorite block because if I get a laser, it's got a laser here. I shoot a few holes in it with the laser first. So as you can see, that's like almost broken already. It will still tank a rail cannon. So it'll take 2 or 3 laser shots and a rail cannon. One of my favorite blocks. That's what I was trying to show Happy Trigger on this stream. This one. But I haven't used that at all for this ship though, because it is quite heavy. Okay, where was I before I got sidetracked? One thing I'd like to do as well is weld cube directly through a plate like this. Just need to turn my camera speed down. Right inside the plate. I can weld cube the beam to the other beam through the plates. I'll just make it much more sturdy. This one as well. No, we can't have that. That looks terrible. There we go. Just going to check the weight of this. 2,400 tons, and I still need to connect these 4 thrusters on the top. I still need to add some armor on the back. I still need to add some armor down here as well. Not sure I have the weight for it all, because I still need to armor this as well. Probably have to make some reductions later. I'll probably have to change some of this on in them to exutium alloy instead later. I don't think I'm going to make this weight. Nice cover on it. This is too big. This could work actually. I should probably put some sacrificial armor on top of this. Let's have a look. Maybe some of these. Nah, that's going to be too heavy. Just use more of these. I prefer not to have plate-on-plate connections if I can, and have them attached to the beams. See if I can do that. Can't see anything of all these modules, so annoying. Okay, I don't know if that's going to fit. Let's check here. And it fits, I think. Just overextending a bit. Okay, this is awkward. I need to protect this bit. And this is very awkward. Could just move the whole lot forward. Why can't I select it? Let's check if this fits. And it fits. Good. There's a tiny gap here. That's not too much of a problem. Okay. Do that. Because we don't have a mirror tool, I'm going to have to reverse all these blocks for the other side if I want it to look symmetrical. So I'll have to do the other side as well. Just get rid of all these module icons, they're really annoying. Turn it back on. Make it symmetrical the other side. pretty much why I have this ship on hold for so long, because I only have some tedious stuff to do left. Not the most fun things to do, armouring the ship. Then after I've armoured the ship, I still have to sort out all the thrusters, because there's bound to be balance issues with this big massive turret on the top, which I'll have to go through. Now we have to bolt them in. I think 3 bolts will do it. Let me just check. Yeah, 3 bolts. Might be easier if I slow the camera speed actually. Is it not better to use well blocks? I have no idea. I'm not really 100% clued up on meta armor. Like, I always just put an extra bolt or 2. I don't know, should I put well blocks in there as well? I don't know. But I tell you what though, only the bolts can travel through 2 plates and through to here. Bolts are lighter weight, well clubs are used because they are slightly stronger per unit and let you attach in ways bolts can't. Oh yeah, I definitely have tons of uses for blobs that I can't do with bolts. But when it comes to like tiny sacrificial plates, I usually just use bolts. 3 bolts equals 1 small weld block. Really? Formatter is using both, but weld blobs are generally faster, so if you value the time... I see, yeah. But with the weld blobs I can't go through 2 plates, I want to go through 2 plates here. 1, 2, 3, with just 1 bolt. So I do think the armor behaves differently. Like, if this was all weld cubed to the top plate here, if I had like weld cubes cubing this all together, what if a rail cannon cracks the top plate? If the top plate is cracked and it's bolted through from the bottom plate, then it will still hold, at least from the tests I did. So that's why I prefer to use bolts. Yeah. I think I showed you already my favourite thing to do with weld blocks, other than turrets, because you need them a lot in the turrets, is like just blocking through a plate onto another beam, because it actually counts as a weld, and you can have a full plate in between it, which is pretty cool. Yes, pulse holding is better, you do it with your drones. Cool. Yeah, there's definitely tons of uses for weld blocks, for sure. Just generally most of my armor I tend to go through multiple plates. Okay, we're finished. Camera speed. Every time I do anything with any object, I just make a copy and I put it to the side. That's why it's such a cluttered mess here. It's, I don't know, it just makes it easier if I have to revert and go backwards with anything. You don't have enough mass thrust left for multiple plating, and you don't want to slow the drones. They need more speed. Yeah. I learned that the hard way with my drone, it can barely move at all. Okay, that's that side. Cool, so should be able to take some rail cannon shots from there as well. So this is where all the fire is going to be coming from when I'm fighting, be just above me. And no problem. Drones need fishtailing to see, so they are slow anyway. If you make them heavy, they need a lot of thrust. Bad circle. Yeah. True. But I do believe with enough rangefinders and enough thrusters you can do anything. It's just really over and cumbersome, that's all. Okay, let's bolt this on. I should probably add some more beams in here to make this more secure. Yeah, voxel limit for sure. I still yet to test the voxel limit if you have 2 ships loaded. I think you told me before, but what if you have 2 ships loaded, you have a max voxel, and then you have another big drone? Would it stay loaded? It's too big. Just want a few more beam connections, because right now everything's sitting on top of this one little beam. That's not good enough. Just make this nav light. Actually, I think we'll make this thallium, because I think it's going to hold a lot of weight, this too. Even if it can hold the weight currently, I tend to make important parts thallium, because during combat you're bound to lose some pieces, and when the pieces are reduced they need to be strong, they need to be thallium. You tested it with your miners, and it depends on your system, so I can go out mining with 3 big drones and 1 small leader without any issues. As soon as roids come in and it goes dense and cloudy, if one ship goes LOD, yeah. Just have to avoid the asteroids for combat drones, I suppose. Which they kind of have to do anyway. A company member can only load in 2 miners at all, not a small leadership, only 2 big ones. But did anyone have a max voxel ship when you did that? Okay, let's bolt this on. Okay, that's the armor done there. You have your shop, the max voxel shop, yeah? I can load in my shop plus 3 big ships on ESCon without any problems. If others want to load my shop, it stays 50% LOD. Yeah, that would be interesting to know. If you have your own drone escort and if you've got your own max voxel ship, then some enemy fighters fly in at you. Could you, I don't know, would you still keep your own ships loaded? That's the big question, because if you can keep your own ships loaded while others are flying past you, will the game prioritize your own ships over the enemy fighters that are flying right past you? Because if so, then you could have a big drone escort, can you? Where was I? Still got a tiny gap here actually. Jeez, my throat is dry. And opponents stay LOD. If they come too close, I will lose my drones, but if only one opponent hosts my drone, the fight goes on. Okay. So one opponent only though, but I don't know. I don't know if that's good enough. Because I did have a plan, long-term plan, but after I finish my max voxel ship, to maybe have a drone that's just always with me. A big drone, that is. So I can get over the max voxel in fighting power. Theoretically. That would be an experiment. 2 big ships is no problem. Well, that would be great. There's no need for this one, is there? Yeah, I'm just going to weld cube this through the wall. Extra support. Same for the other side. If the drone stays in 1 kilometer range, no problem. If opponents lead in your drones and you load it back, it will crash the YOLO and your drone stops. So if you want to do this, make host own ships off and you are good to go. Cool. So what do you mean by it crashes the YOLO? Does it like, it doesn't even restart? Or does it just stop? Or does it break permanently? Like, what do you mean crash the YOLO? What's this wall, I think? YOLO stops working, no line movement at all, it crashes and you need to repair or change it. Damn. That's not good. Okay, I'm just wondering now if I'm going to put some more sacrificial armor on top of this. Because if I do, I think I'm going to go over the weight limit by the time the ship's done. Because I've already got a ton of sacrificial armor all over the place here. And on the turret as well, it's just sacrificial on in them. I definitely think I'm going to go over the weight limit with this when it's finished. But it's an easy fix. Host own ships off. Host own ships off. And if the host changes to the opponent, he will host it until he or you die. So if you have host own ships off, the YOLO doesn't crash. Aim a little bit lower down. So someone's probably going to hit me like here. Just gonna see how it does. Something came off. Oh yes, the heatsink blew up. I'll have to add some extra armor here. Maybe like a sacrificial ramp just going around a bit, something like that. I also want it to be attached to the beam as well, it's just more sturdy that way, so I'll extend the beam a bit. Also like this flight, since we have extra support now. Okay, I might actually cube this bit. So that way I can cube it onto 2 plates at once. If the host changes too often, the YOLO doesn't like it. Yeah, I'll probably just keep host on, and I'll probably just have one big drone to start with once I finish it. And we'll just see from there where it goes. Camera is too quick. We'll do the other side before I forget. Really tedious stuff. All this armoring. It's literally like 50% of the entire ship design. It's just put all your armor on. Okay, that's that done. So no real cannon should be able to crack these two plates very easily. I just need to protect this a little bit. Someone's shooting from this angle. Yeah, I'll just do some triangles maybe. But these are very heavy. Nah, that's too heavy, it's too awkward. I mean, this is only going to take one rail cannon shot, that's not much. You have to think about this one. Got all this sacrificial armor on the top. It would be a shame if I just have one block on here. I have to do a bit better than that. Okay, I think I'll put a smaller plate. Something like this. Maybe a 96 maybe? Two long plates, and then we'll put some sacrificial armor in front of this. Yeah, I think we'll do something like this. See if we can bolt that through. Good, reaches. So that's some extra. I'll probably do it. And we won't get too complicated with this, we'll just bolt it to the plates behind it. Actually, I'll just save it there in case we get a game crash or anything. Okay, we'll add some cubes. That'll do it. Oh yeah, we have to do the beams as well. Oh no, it's not going through. Must be just too far away or something. Clip that in a bit tighter. That should go through. Oh, there's a tiny gap. Where's that coming from? Yeah, this is definitely not 100% symmetrical because this thruster here is going through the plate slightly. However, if we go here, there's a tiny gap. I'll just move these beams in a bit closer. Good. Same again, we'll do some weld cubes just for extra security. And we do the good old rail cannon test. As you can see, it can tank a shot, should be able to tank a second shot as well. We'll test that. Second shot, same spot. I think that tanked a second shot. That'll do it, I think. Okay, so we got the front done, and we've done most of the cockpit area. I still need to do these tiny little bits here. They're just little 36s. I'll attach these. Okay, the big cubes could hold it. That's a bit extra for the glass as well, because we have glass going in here as well. Cool, that's the front done. What time is it? 9:20. Okay, this was a very short stream. I just wanted to do a little bit of a quick chat because I did tell some people I was going to do a Saturday stream. I'm not sure if I'm going to get into too much more. We've done the front, done the glass. I still need to cover this much as well. So literally 99% of all the fire I'm going to be taking is going to be coming at me from above. So I really don't need much armor down here. I think just some thin plates will do here. No sacrificial armor. Yeah, I really won't, because at least if it's a one-on-one duel, if it's a one-on-one duel, I'm constantly going to be aiming at them like this, at this angle. Unless I lose track of them and I screw up, then there should be no way that I get hit from underneath. I'm just going to have like one layer, just in case I get ambushed by a second player or something during a tournament. I don't know. Okay, so it's a bit awkward here. Awkward size. No plate fits in here. That's not good. Oh, I almost forgot. There's a tiny gap in here. I need to cover this gap. It's a bit slow at the moment because I haven't attached it properly. Obviously it's normally much faster than this. Yeah, so do I. I've had this project on hold for ages now. I need to finish it. So yeah, if the turret's turned, it will expose this tiny gap. So I gotta cover that up. Slow the camera down. You like turret stuff, but you hate moving parts. Yeah. I don't know, I love moving parts because I just feel like it adds like a whole third dimension to the game. That There's just so many possibilities. And even after all this time, I've got like almost 3,000 hours in the designer now. I still feel like I've only just scratched the surface of what you can do, like, at least with moving parts anyway. So much to do. Okay, we'll make that one of them. Some more of these. It's definitely, I'm sure this is very confusing and not entertaining for new people. They probably have no idea what's going on here, just like being so close all the time. If there is any new people watching. Without all the bugs I had, I'm sure I would use it more often, but I lose 8 ships on the moon to the turning bug in one session. And I think you have seen my solar test video. Your solar test video, I'm trying to remember now. I'm not sure I have actually. These aren't bolted on. I don't know, like, I mean, I've definitely encountered a lot of bugs, but once you get used to them and you know how to avoid them, it's actually quite easy to use moving parts. Basically the rule is you just need to make sure you're hosting your ship at all times, and if you're not hosting your ship, all you have to do is have a button on your ship that resets all the turntables to the default position that they were when you first spawned the ship. As long as you do that, so far I haven't had any issues with them bugging out. But then again, I don't really play as much in the world as you do probably. I spend most of my time in design, so I haven't had that much experience. But I have done a lot of cargo events, and I have used a lot of turning parts in cargo events, and not once have they broken down. Even if I'm like surrounded by like tons of players everywhere. But of course, ideally you don't want them bugging out at all. You just want them to be safe, so you can just leave it anywhere and come back to it. Business bolting in. Oh, it's too high up. I had a big test miner, only solar powered. They turned 180, and after towing back to Origin, it exploded all over Origin, and I had to collect over 500 solar cells all over again. Yeah. Were you using turret cradles? Because from what I can tell, all the turret cradles are worse than just using custom turrets and turned up. Yeah, see? Because I only used the default Starbase turret cradles for a very short time when I started playing, and I distinctly remember that they did flip for no reason a couple of times. But it never happens with my turrets. Only if I leave them, if I lose host, that's it. And then even then, if I reset them to default position, most of the time they're fine, even if I just drop them off and I come back. Okay, what was I doing? Yeah. Okay, all the awkward arm bits done. I think I'll do the belly of the ship now. Yeah, this is a bit awkward. I'm probably going to have to think about this for a tiny bit. How should I armor this? Like, if this was just a really straightforward forward-facing fighter, I would literally have this done in seconds, but because everything is just so awkward because of the diagonal shape that the ship has to be, I keep getting stuck. That's one of the reasons why I don't like to stream, because I get stuck all the time. So can you build me a small slow setup like a cradle for solar cells? Yeah, you could just do a typical robot arm turret and just lower the turntable speed. That's it. The lower the turntable speed, even if you're using robot arm turrets or whatever, the less inertia resistant it is, but I suppose you don't need that for your solar panels, do you? They're stationary, right? What if I get rid of these? It needs to be slow, so when I'm mining I don't want my ship to move all the time. Yeah? Just use a robot arm turret and just slow the turntable speed. It'll probably be less buggy than the turret cradle. Okay, this is better. This fits. No, it doesn't. There's a little gap. Ah. I don't like having this tiny gap. A stray bullet goes through here between the plate and the glass. We'll give it a shot after the EOSCon solar test number 27. 27 tries, huh? I've still yet to use solar panels, cargo lock beams. Like, I haven't even attempted half the stuff in the game. I suppose that's just because my obsession with just like PvP. I want this to be symmetrical. There we go. Hopefully that'll block a shot, that tiny gap. Okay, so I'm experiencing a lot of brain fog, and I've got so many awkward bits to do that I think from this point forward, the stream is just going to get really slow and tedious. So I think I'm probably going to end it here. Yeah, I invested some time in bolting only to trigger Happy Trigger. His best durability he saw was around 15. Yeah, I never get above 3 on a small station hopper, so I build a small 350 crate hauler with a dura of over 400, then 700, then 60, and my design with 1.7 durability. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's much point to having a really high durability though. Yeah, does Happy Trigger have slow progress as well? Cool. Yeah, thanks for sticking around, Damage, and chatting. It was fun. It's always more fun when there's someone to talk to. And yeah, I think I will leave it at this. Cool. Thank you. And stream. You can ram roids without any damage and spit other ships too in a fight. Huh. Cool. My ships are all terrible at ramming, and I think it's something to do with the turrets, because the turrets are literally hanging on toothpicks. You see, the turret's origin is basically just one weld block on top of a toothpick. So as soon as I get rammed, it's game over. So I have to be very cautious. Yeah. I think we're opposites in that regard. I'll be very lucky if I can get a turret over 2 durability. But the key thing is that it works, you know, as long as I'm getting shot, even if I get shot at and tons of the turret comes off and breaks into pieces, it still works. So I don't really need a super high durability. I just need to avoid ramming, that's it. I'll just do this last bit and then that's it. No one needs it, but high durability is good if you ram. True. Yeah, I didn't even know ramming was a thing until I got rammed in my first tournament. Okay, so I think we'll leave it here. Thank you, Damage. 99% of ramming is an accident, and I'm in the 1%. Cool. Yeah, thanks, Damage. Bye bye. We'll end the stream here.